There's a $20 setup at any hardware store that gives van dwellers free electricity for months. No generator, no engine running, no electrical skills required. Just a small panel you place on your dashboard that pulls power directly from the sun. While you sleep, while you work, while you explore, it silently charges your battery and keeps your devices alive. NASA developed this exact technology to power spacecraft millions of miles from any outlet. The same technology that kept astronauts alive in the vacuum of space now sits on store shelves for less than the cost of a tank of gas. Experienced van dwellers have used it for years. Off-grid travelers depend on it completely. Preppers stockpile them, knowing one day the grid will fail and they will be ready. The device is called a solar trickle charger, and it outperforms systems costing 10 times more. Yet walk into any van life shop or RV store and you will find salespeople pushing $500 solar kits, $100 charge controllers, and complicated installation packages. Nobody mentions the $20 alternative that does everything most van dwellers actually need. They did not stop selling this because it failed. They stopped promoting it because it worked too well for too little money. A $20 solution cannot sustain a van solar industry, and what cannot generate profit must be forgotten. This is the story of the simplest solar setup ever made, and why the van accessories industry hopes you never discover what has been sitting on store shelves this whole time. Here's the thing about electricity in a van that most people fundamentally misunderstand. You do not need a complicated system. You do not need hundreds of watts. You do not need lithium batteries and expensive charge controllers and custom wiring. What you need is enough power to keep your phone charged, run a small light at night, and prevent your starter battery from dying when you are not driving. That is it. That is what 90% of van dwellers actually use electricity for. Everything else is luxury that the van solar industry convinced you was necessary. My grandfather used to say, most problems have simple solutions that nobody profits from. He was talking about farming, but he understood the same truth that makes trickle chargers so threatening to an industry built on complexity. The numbers tell the real story. A basic smartphone uses about 10 watt-hours per day. A small LED light uses maybe 2 watts per hour. A tablet uses 15 watt-hours per day. Combined, your essential electronics need roughly 20 to 30 watt-hours daily. A 5-watt solar trickle charger produces 5 watts in direct sunlight. In 6 hours of decent sun, that is 30 watt-hours. Exactly what you need. Not 500 watts, not 200 watts, 5 watts for $20. The math does not lie, but the van solar industry desperately hopes you never do it. Pretty revealing when you see how simple the numbers actually are, right? Stay with me, because the history of this technology is where the story becomes genuinely remarkable. In 1954, Bell Laboratories created the first practical silicon solar cell. It converted sunlight into electricity with about 6% efficiency. The military immediately recognized the potential. No fuel needed, no supply lines. Power anywhere the sun reached. By 1958, NASA launched Vanguard 1, the first solar-powered satellite. Those small panels kept the satellite transmitting for over 6 years, far longer than battery-powered alternatives that died within months. The technology proved itself in the harshest environment humans had ever tested anything. Extreme temperatures, no maintenance possible, complete isolation. Solar power worked perfectly. By the 1970s, solar cells moved from spacecraft to consumer products. Calculators, watches, small electronics. And eventually, the trickle chargers designed to keep vehicle batteries alive during storage. The technology that kept satellites running for decades now costs $20 at Harbor Freight. Here's what happened next that should make you genuinely angry. As van life exploded in popularity, an industry rose to meet it. Solar companies saw an opportunity. Van dwellers needed power. Solar provided power. The market was obvious, but here is the problem with selling a $20 solution. You cannot build a company on $20 sales. So the industry did what industries always do. They complicated the product. They added features most people do not need. They created tiered systems with good, better, and best options. They convinced van dwellers that anything less than 200 watts was insufficient. They sold charge controllers and battery monitors and custom wiring harnesses. A simple solution became a complex system. A $20 purchase became a $500 project. The technology did not change, just the marketing around it. But here's the catch that separates van dwellers who struggle from those who thrive. Understanding what you actually need versus what the industry tells you to want. A solar trickle charger does one thing. It takes sunlight and converts it into a slow, steady stream of electricity that keeps your battery topped up. It does not power a refrigerator. It does not run an air conditioner. It does not charge your battery from empty in 2 hours. What it does is prevent the single biggest electrical problem van dwellers face: the dead battery. Every van dweller knows the feeling. You wake up, turn the key, and nothing happens. Your battery died overnight because your phone charger drew it down, or because you left a light on, or simply because you did not drive enough to recharge it. A solar trickle charger prevents this completely. It adds a constant slow charge that replaces what your small devices use. Your battery stays full, your van always starts, your anxiety disappears. My grandmother always said the best solutions are the ones you never have to think about. She was talking about her garden irrigation, but she understood exactly what makes trickle chargers so valuable. Here's what many van dwellers ask: why not just buy a bigger solar system and have more power? The answer reveals everything wrong with how the industry thinks. More power requires more panels. More panels require mounting. Mounting requires drilling holes in your roof. Holes in your roof require sealing. Sealing requires maintenance. More power requires bigger batteries. Bigger batteries require charge controllers. Charge controllers require wiring. Wiring requires knowledge or paying someone. A 200-watt system that costs $500 and takes a weekend to install solves the same basic problem that a $20 trickle charger solves in 5 minutes with zero installation. Yes, the bigger system provides more power, but do you need more power, or did the industry convince you that you do? For most van dwellers charging phones and running LED lights, a trickle charger provides everything they actually need. Here's where the numbers become impossible for the van solar industry to dispute. The average van dweller spends $300 to $800 on a basic solar setup: panels, mounting hardware, charge controller, wiring, and often installation help. A solar trickle charger costs $15 to $30. It plugs directly into your 12-volt outlet or clips onto your battery terminals. It works immediately with zero configuration. Over a 5-year period, the trickle charger costs $20. The basic solar system costs $500 plus replacement parts and maintenance. Both keep your phone charged, both keep your lights running, both prevent dead batteries. One costs 25 times more than the other. Van life influencers with sponsored content will not tell you this because the companies paying them do not sell $20 solutions. Stay with me because choosing the right trickle charger makes all the difference. Not all trickle chargers are equal. The key specification is wattage. A 1.5 watt charger maintains a battery but adds almost nothing. A 5 watt charger maintains and slowly adds charge. A 10 watt charger actively charges and can recover a partially depleted battery. For most van dwellers, 5 to 10 watts hits the sweet spot, enough to power daily essentials and keep your battery healthy. Look for a built-in blocking diode. This prevents your battery from draining back through the panel at night. Most quality trickle chargers include this, but cheap ones sometimes do not. Check before buying. Look for weatherproof construction if you plan to mount it externally. Dashboard placement works fine for most people, but roof mounting is possible with the right unit. Here's exactly what to do with this knowledge. Go to Harbor Freight, Amazon, Walmart, or any auto parts store. Purchase a 5 to 10 watt solar trickle charger with a 12-volt adapter plug. They typically cost $15 to $25. Place the panel on your dashboard facing the sun. Plug the adapter into your 12-volt outlet. You are done. Your battery now receives a constant charge whenever the sun shines. If your 12-volt outlets do not work when the engine is off, purchase a version with battery clips instead. These connect directly to your battery terminals and work regardless of ignition position. Total installation time is under 5 minutes. If you want a cleaner look, purchase a $20 mounting kit and secure the panel to your roof. Run the wire through a window seal or existing hole. Connect to your battery. Still under an hour of work and under $40 total. Either way, you now have free electricity for months or years with zero maintenance. Van dwellers across the country who have switched to trickle chargers consistently report the same experience. Their phones stay charged, their lights work every night, their batteries stay healthy. Their total investment was under $25. The dead battery anxiety that used to wake them up disappeared completely. But I need to be completely honest with you about something important. Trickle chargers have real limitations. They do not power large appliances. A 5-watt panel cannot run a 12-volt refrigerator. It cannot power a laptop directly. It cannot charge your battery quickly if you drain it completely. If you need to run a CPA, P machine, work on a laptop for hours, or keep a refrigerator cold, you need a larger system. The honest claim is this: a solar trickle charger covers the basic electrical needs of most van dwellers who charge phones, run small lights, and need reliable starting power. For anything beyond that, you need more watts. But here is what the industry will not tell you. Start with a trickle charger. Use it for a month. Track what you actually need versus what you think you need. Then decide if you need more. Most van dwellers discover that $20 solved their problem completely. The ones who need more can always upgrade later. The ones who do not just save themselves $500. So what have we learned? Powering your van does not require a complicated, expensive system. It requires understanding that simple needs deserve simple solutions. It is NASA proving solar technology in space over 60 years ago. It is Bell Laboratories creating practical solar cells that now cost pennies to produce. It is the math of 20 to 30 watt hours being everything most van dwellers actually need. It is a $20 panel matching the practical output of systems costing 25 times more. It is an industry that profits from complexity, hiding the simplest solution on the shelf. It is van life influencers pushing sponsored content while a $20 panel sits at Harbor Freight. It is the free electricity that has been available this whole time while van dwellers stressed about power systems they could not afford. Knowledge did not disappear. It was waiting. In auto parts stores where battery tenders sit next to trickle chargers. In hardware stores where nobody shopping for van solar thinks to look. In the simple math that the industry hopes you never calculate. In the dashboards of experienced van dwellers who stopped overthinking years ago. NASA knew, the engineers knew, the long-term van dwellers knew, the solar industry definitely knew. And now, so do you. The setup is not complicated. $20, 5 minutes to install, free electricity for months, no drilling, no wiring expertise, no sponsored content trying to sell you something bigger. If this opens something for you, subscribe and share it with everyone who deserves to know what the industry kept hidden in plain sight. Drop your own power solutions in the comments below. What setups have worked for you that nobody talks about? The best van life knowledge comes from people actually living it. Help someone else stop stressing about electricity and start enjoying the road. Van dwellers are remarkably creative when survival demands it. And frankly, that is pretty impressive.